Alright, I'm Lavio. Before we get to the patch notes, also I'm just waiting dates. There should be new ID teasers tomorrow. Your Twitter at the Reflectrial update notice. Last update notice for hotfix. Okay, so there's nothing on the Twitter. But so right to the Steam then. So first we have the bugs. Notice version 1.107.0. No issues in hotfix ETA. Hello, this is Project Moon. We'd like to inform you about the known issues identified after June 11th, 2026 scheduled update and the ETA for a hotfix that addresses some of them. Please continue reading for more information. For your hotfix, certain awkward phrases in chapter 9.5 Mnestic Experience story. This issue where 9.5 specific illustrations were wrote incorrectly, pause units for text not match the intent, there's a feedback image would not load, incorrect BGM would load in the mirrors of theme pack. The issue with the icon for tier used by Night Owl's Tapino Dreger open wound would not load. Issue 2, when hovering over Task Spider's middle nurse for Otis with a mouse cursor, the sword sprite on the unit would not correspond with the actual unsealing stage. And then hotfix. Issue 3 resolved next scheduled update. Continued function in the mirrors and story. Dungeon of homes were not fully healed identities. VFX are missing from the to train their bones still used by Blue Braid Lineage mentor Marceau after activating the setup vestige Braid Singer Ego. Issue where when a tutorial battle counter's description of drawing passives is interactively highlighted. On investigation, mobile platforms, entering loading streams or battles would cause the game to trash! Alright, this was posted first. Note that Reflectrial Mnestic Experience. I actually haven't completed yet. I'm on the final stage. I'm just waiting for. I should retort it. God, I want to retort it. Okay, event starts. To be same stuff and gameplay. Content progression. They still just have the flash phenomenon. Him Yosong Yop. Yeah, they didn't show Ricardo, but they showed Rufo and Jong Yop. So it's like very inconsistent with them showing like the actual boss here. Alright. We froze after 7-9 TST, which was that also the event end as well, I'm assuming. Okay, 2 of difficulty, recommended specs, identities, uptight tier 4, level 60, first building tier 4, unique effects, shade of refraction and tribulation, return battle and phase. Okay, same stuff. Team loadout, chain battles, and you can't reuse them on the different ones. Starting SP buff, and now has the SP based 25 substitutes in, which they keep thing bugged or fixing. It's honestly like really weird how it's always just popping back up. Have some free team loadouts, and you're gonna need, what was it, 24 turns for the max rewards, I'm assuming is done. It's our same progress, save, not save, not the progression, easy, hard. The battle overview, battle options. They're just over everything the exact same time. Every one of these. Alright. Made changes, limited rewards. You can change Underworld Film, which would be used for limited rewards from Reflectrial Reward Exchange. When Unworld Film and limited rewards have to obtain event exclusive rewards. Limited rewards include Identity Fred's training tickets, Fred's Season 7 Uptime and Fred spinning only shards. A unique fast aid, a moonlit farewell to home, Merceau. Limited reward exchange will only be available until the event reward period exchange ends. Once the event reward exchange period ends, limited reward side will be closed, and unrolled film will be converted to burnt-in lens. Unrolled film will be projected in me without spending any Fred sins. So it doesn't mention any way to get it afterward. Just seems like it's slightly different. Bamboo-headed Tim, I guess. Don't know why. It seems like a bit of waste of resources making a unique skin that's being given for free. I feel like that could have went to making a new identity or something. Or if they're gonna make skins, they should be sold for paid lunacy to make back money instead of. Okay, this sounds bad, but what I'm trying to say is that instead of just like, oh, we'll get a skin. Wow, exclusive skin. I would have preferred if that was going towards a new identity. Especially for like older factions, like associations that don't really get much anymore. But no, you need a second bamboo-headed Tim. Okay, great knowing Merceau. Alright, there's water, I guess. Now we have 2026 June 18th scheduled update notice. Greetings, dear manager. Server entered scheduled maintenance from 10 a.m. to 12, same time, same day. You know this. Okay, issue migration for trashing devices upon entry on certain devices. No, mitigation. Let's see, trip with Mali G57 or Maui G68 series GPUs. Devices where the graphics API is set to Vulkan upon app launch. Devices where specific shader compilation occurs when entering combat. Confirmed issue. We have determined that the trash is caused by an unidentified internal logic issue during CPU processing for the device environments listed above. To mitigate this issue, we will implement a filtering adjustment as part of the June 18th scheduled update. Work details! The logic can be modified so the graphics API runs on DLES instead of Vulkan. Upon app launch for devices equipped with Maui G57 or Mali G68 series GPUs. To identify the cause of any related issues that may occur afterward, we will procure more test devices on which the trashing issue has occurred. Furthermore, although the training period for the 5.28 schedule update error compensation was extended to June 18th as previously announced on June 1st, we believe there may be managers who have yet to train compensation. As such, the training period for this compensation will be extended by 1 additional week to June 25th. Mention of 5.28 schedule update error compensation period. Before, after, it's another week. For the measures outlined in our previous notice, we'll provide a separate follow-up notice once all related issues have been fully resolved and the game can be played normally. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience caused by delay in determining the cause of the issue. New content, Reflectrial, Mnestic Experience, bugs improvements. Fixed an issue where certain symbols of identity OCD, OC, or Team Ishimal would sometimes not activate. Affected taste 1, still 1, running arts on use, getting +2 points down, upside 2 and free. Affected taste 2, still 2, to train their bones, still not trigger defense skills, after upside 2. Affected taste 3, still free 2, even the bounce, recent Rippering Flame. This still does not trigger defense skills, upside 4. Okay. Regarding cases involving to claim their bones and even the balance, recent Rippling Flame. While these stills do not trigger trashable defense stills as intended, we identified an issue where they would trigger non-trashable defense stills. Fixed an issue where LCD, OC, or Team Ishmael T-word bearing of a Sausu did not work as intended. For effect, lose 1 stack when an allied Blade Wing's identity is defeated. Before, T-word would lose 1 stack even when a non-Blade Wing's identity was defeated. Now, only lose 1 stack when a Blade Wing's ally is defeated, as described. Which is where prisoner transport arraignment T-word for used by Estorp Chulkin Hongwu did not behave as described. Relevant effect. On hit against enemies that have Truce Hongwu, inflict 1 bleed and gain 1 poise, 2 stills per turn. For this effect triggered only when the Toin confirmed to strike the first hit. After, the effect will trigger every time a Toin hits as described. Fixed issue where, when losing a certain combat counter while LCE, Ego, AEDD, the Regor has self-charged, the unit would survive 1 HP remaining instead of being defeated. Fixed the issue where 2 identities, LCE Ego, Honor Blossom Star Foss, and House of Spires Male Newsfurter Otis would have certain visual effects indirectly apply. Relevant effect 1, issue where certain effects will not render as intended. Relevant effect 2, an issue where in time stages, tower changing effects will not apply when hovering over the affected identities with a cursor. Applied level adjustments to certain enemies featured in combat counters of Chapter 9.5 Mnestic Experience. The change has been applied for story-related reasons to maintain a consistent gameplay experience for our managers. However, additional adjustments to offensive and defensive levels will be applied. Okay, so are they going to just change levels, but then change the offense and defense levels to be like their level 60? Because I do feel like having the 5 level increase for every Tanto, and then of course it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. I feel like at 60 they should probably stop until Tanto 12. Alright, I feel like just having to go higher and higher. It also is really bad for farming EXP. I don't like it. But for some improvements, fixes to where when enemy roster changes during combat encounters of Chapter 9.5 Mnestic Experience, the switch enemies' identification codes and risk levels would appear incorrectly. This did passes for certain enemies appearing in the boss encounter of Chapter 9.5 Mnestic Experience to be unlocked for viewing as soon as they enter the encounter. This issue where, when using the continue function in main story Dungeon of HoS, the enemy's HP would not fully heal. Reordered descriptions for the Ego Death, the Book of the Homeland Swordplay. Okay, before turn start, activates when there are 3 or more Blade Lineage identities, or encounters identities on the field at counter start. Thomas apply one sword play of the homeland striking on allied Blade Lineage identities that have equipped Wrath or Pride stills. Count one non-Blade Lineage as top identity with the earliest deployment order as a Blade Lineage identity and apply Sword of the Homeland striking on it every turn. After, count one non-Blade Lineage as top identity with the earliest deployment order as a Blade Lineage identity and apply Sword of the Homeland striking on it every turn. Every when there are 3 or more Blade Lineage identities. Only tap identities on the field at a timer start. Timer start, apply one Sword of the Homeland striking on allied Blade Lineage identities that have equipped Wrath or Pride stills. Diff is working as intended, and its direction is only meant to alleviate potential confusion caused by the way the effects were ordered. This is the issue where certain cinematic effects would not trigger at certain encounters of main story 536. Fix a post-Unity engine version update issue where mesh render texture would not load for certain stages, and Ego Cinematics relevant stages missing VFX and main story 4-54 and 950 relevant Ego Great Starium Yisang. Basically where certain UI animations in the Drive menu would not trigger. Basically where the identity uptype free spine illustration animations would load indirectly on screens with 17.9 or wider landscape aspect ratios. This is where in the tutorial counter passive, the passive's highlight tutorial will be mismatched with the actual passive. Issue where when entering Reflectrial immediately after starting the interpretation, the enemy's audition logs will be locked, even when they have been unlocked in different encounters. 300 lunacy and 300 lunacy, that's double lunacy, 600 lunacy total. I'm gonna regret clicking on this. Alright, what does people on Steam have to say? Phone crash fix. Finally! Valuable lesson. Kill Unity. Can't even log in from Google on Android right now. Sad face! Micro G into parity? Or happening for people to lunacy. Same, I'm not using Micro G, but I am on the Fiend OS. The name trashes with a no point exception. I'm trying to authenticate with Google, it seems. No more trashes! Finally! I played the final level of 10.06! Huh, so these enemies are not technically at level 50? Good to know. Also makes sense. This I'm not reading all that. Lunacy! I never felt. I also felt everything here, but I read the arguments of the second test. Please, HBH. Remove the force facade on Blade Singer. Please also move. There's some more team swats. Perfect. Teams. Finally! I actually agree with that one. Increase the team swats. There's actually someone's. Yeah! They're not gonna listen to you because you're on the Steam forums. Why would you even. Why? Actually, what's the point of commenting these except for to be weird about other players? They're not looking at the Steam forums, you know? They're not looking at your comments, you know? Alright, let's check the new IDs. We have, Ugh, my fucking head's killing me. A few bottles of vodka and I feel like I'm gonna puke my fucking guts out. Ugh, hey, Heathcliff, give me some hair of the dog stats. What? Hair of the dog. She took me in and put a roof over my head, fed me, taught me this bloody, incredible sword fighting style. The sort of lowly vagrant like me would never have the chance to learn. I know that. Shite, I know that. But is this how the rest of my life's gonna go? Alright, we have the thumb, I'm assuming. Okay, so I finally do Refraction Railway because I went random teams and I thought it'd be funny to throw the thumb on. I thought thumb Heathcliff. He better be good for Refraction Railway. I don't think there's anything new on Steam. Yeah, nothing. Alright. And the next Memorias for Heavens Burns Red. I'm assuming when they call on like the guest people for these dumb talk show things, it's them. I'm pretty sure this is Yinxia and then Charlotte. What the heck was her second name? Something. I really do not remember. I'm pretty sure if I saw on the actual Twitter thing here, the translate thing. Hey, young summer. Charlotte store forecast. Okay, I don't think that this translation is accurate, but yeah, I had to double check the what was it? The spelling of yeah, I'm pretty sure things get and then in Charlotte. He's now 31x1. Ugh, 31D is in shambles. The 31. Wait, actually, wait. Is this going to be the Yinxia event then? Oh. Well, wait, does that mean 31X all on event at this point? Wait, hold on. I think that's it. Oh, that's it. Is this like the second completed squad now with events?